Hey loved ones, it's your girl Sharina Chantel, and this is the place where we believe in living to bless and not impress, and where we talk all things faith, life, and entrepreneurship. In today's video, I'm going to be encouraging the woman, the girl who feels overlooked and undesirable. Now, typically at the root of feeling overlooked or undesirable, on some level, there's comparison happening. But my kind of remedy, or what I would say when it comes to comparison, is just realizing you are one of a kind. You are unique. No one on this earth has your fingerprint. You are a one of a kind creation and design. So to compare yourself is futile. It's like comparing flowers. And I love this quote. And it's, flowers don't compare themselves to the flowers next to them. They just bloom. And that's what we are called to do as people. We are called to represent our creator. We are called to bloom in our own unique individual ways. And I also want to remind you that when it comes to beauty and external beauty standards, it's a moving target. For example, there was a time in the world where to be beautiful was to have absolutely no curves. The boxier, the better. And then it changed to you want to have all the curves in the world. Then we had, you want to have thin eyebrows because that's feminine. Then it went into, the bushier, the better. So you have to remember that our world is constantly changing beauty standards and trends. Even culturally, standards of beauty are so different. There's some cultures where they will wear long sleeves and have an umbrella and avoid the sun at all costs because to have fair skin is what's beautiful. And yet, in the same time, on the other side of the world, you'll have people who are having spray tans and putting, different creams just so it can look like they had a little bit of sun. And it's not to bash one or the other, but it's just to remember that and to remind yourself, okay, rather than me trying to hit a movable target, I'm going to just embrace who God's created me to be. I'm going to embrace how he's uniquely wired me. I'm going to embrace my strengths and my weaknesses and the facet of him that I reflect to the world. And I just want to encourage you with that truth. Think about it. There is nothing more frustrating. Okay, that's not true. I'm being a drama queen. One frustrating thing is if you are creating a puzzle. If you are doing a puzzle, mind you, I can't remember the last time I did a puzzle, but the analogy stands, okay? If you are creating a puzzle and there's a missing piece, it is annoying because there is a missing piece in this puzzle and the picture is not complete because there's a missing piece. And in the same way, I truly believe that we are all called to reflect a piece of who God is, respect an aspect of who he is. And if you are trying to be like Stacy and Natasha, we are missing the piece that you were designed to bring into the world. We are missing your piece in this story of humanity. As soon as you recognize it happening in your mind, just shut it down. Just be like, oh no, I'm sorry, did you not get the memo? We don't do that anymore. We don't compare ourselves. Thought, bye, Just tell yourself, you can control what it is that you're thinking about. One of the things too that I love doing is I love championing and encouraging what I see in other people. Remember, someone else being beautiful doesn't mean you're not. It's like a candle, right? A candle can set ignition to other people's light, but it doesn't lose its own flame. There's more than enough fire and light to go around. And so you lose nothing by encouraging and building another woman up. And honestly, it's one of the best antidotes to jealousy and comparison. It's calling out and championing what you see beautiful and strong in another woman. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And a personal rule that I say for myself is if I think it, I say it. If it's something positive. If it's not, I shut up. But if it's something positive, if it's something that's gonna build the other person up, I will say it, rather than complimenting them in your head and not sharing it, Okay, now, when it comes to, so specifically, I was talking to someone and they were talking more in the element of relationships and not being the kind of woman that men gravitate towards. There's so much I can say on this. Oh my gosh, I'm so passionate about this. I am so passionate about this. If you know anything about me or my story, I shared this in my series of 7 days of encouragement for the single gal. Check it out if you have not already. But I used to be the kind of person that it was like, if I liked you or if I wanted you, I wanted to be the kind of person that person wanted. It's a mouthful. But something that I've learned in the last 10 years, an entire decade, is so not trying to be what you think another person wants, but being who you were created to be in all your uniqueness and letting whoever be attracted to that. And, also, I wanted to share with you guys something called the Bagel Theory. Now, this isn't my own idea. I got this from Stephanie Mae Wilson, and she got it from another friend named Hannah. So this Bagel Theory is just moving around, but it's good because it's a message that needs to get out there. Pretty much the Bagel Theory is the concept that we are all different bagels, okay? So I might be a chocolate chip bagel. You might be cinnamon bagel. Someone else might be a strawberry bagel or a blueberry bagel. You get the idea. Now, the whole thing is that the person who first heard it, she was in theater. Like myself, I was in theater as well, for those of you who don't know. Fun fact. But pretty much when you're auditioning for the role, it's like different bagels auditioning for a role. Now you, in your own unique way, are going to bring certain aspects to that role. But the director has a certain bagel in mind. So he might be looking for a chocolate chip type of bagel expression of this role. So if the people that don't get the role, doesn't mean that they're less valuable, that they're not as talented, that they're not as capable. It's just not the preference. It's not the bagel that the casting director was looking for. And in the same way, we as people, we are attracted and we are drawn by different things. That's the beauty of humanity. And sometimes just for fun, I like asking, different guy friends, what it is that they're drawn to or attracted to. Because I just find it so encouraging, the different type of answers I get. Some are attracted to just a woman's confidence, her walk, how she carries herself. Another one is, there's going to be the ones that are attracted to the boobs and butts. Let's just be real. Okay, there are some people who that's just what they're drawn to, but then they want to make sure you have something else to back it up. That's just life. Okay, that's just life. Now, there's others who are attracted to a smile. There are others who, there's one guy that I met who he was like, I like a woman that's kind of like the Audrey Hepburn vibe, delicate hands and small ankles. And I was like, okay, so different. But again, we are all different. We are all unique, and so we're all drawn and attracted to different things. And so we celebrate that. And there's going to be someone out there who's going to be drawn and attracted to exactly what it is that you are. So rather than wasting time you're not auditioning to be with someone, okay? You shouldn't put yourself in a position where you feel like you're auditioning for someone else's affections or you're trying to be what they want. You should just be yourself and let whoever be attracted to that, and vice versa. And when it's mutual, it's beautiful. And when it's not, keep it moving, because you don't want someone who doesn't want you. So remember that you're not everyone's cup of tea, and everyone's not your cup of tea. And thank God. So I just want to remind you that your value is intrinsic, that it is separate from what you do. It is separate from your job title. It's separate from your position. It is separate from what you look like. But at the end of the day, you just need to know that you are valuable, that you are enough. Period. Period. Whoop. Well, my camera died. But I just wanted to end on this note, reminding you that you are loved and you are seen. And, I said at the beginning of this, and I say it in all my videos, is that this is really a place where we live to bless and not impress. And what that means is you don't have to prove anything. You have nothing to prove. And, whether you're a believer or not, I also want you to know that you are loved by God. It says in the word that he knows how many hairs are on your head. He sees you even when you're in the room with your door closed. He knows everything about you. The one that knows you best loves you most. And so when you really get that, your identity and your worth comes from him, you realize that you are living for an audience of one. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to live your whole life trying to earn something that has already been freely given, which is love. And so I just hope that truth really hits home for you, and that in the moments where you feel overlooked or undesirable, that you remember that you are seen and you are loved. So that wraps up today's video. I hope it encouraged you, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.